As you can see from the picture, that and the title also suggest that the night mail is actually a sort of train that delivers mail and it works at night, not in the morning. Therefore, it is named as the night mail. First, let us discuss that who wrote this poem and about where he was born. The writer of this poem, The Night Mail, is W.H. Auden, Weston Hugh Auden. He was born in 1907 and he died in 1973. He was born in England, but later he became an American citizen. He was regarded by many as one of the greatest writers of the 20th century. It means he was a modern writer. The night mail actually consists of various themes. The first one is the nature and industrialization, about responsibility, and about discipline. However, the poem, The Night Mail, it was written in 1936 to accompany the documentary film of the same year and the same title. The film, it concerned London, Midland, and Scottish Railway. The basic intent of the film, the documentary, was at least superficially was to reveal how the mail was distributed by the train. So therefore, this poem was quite important at that time. The main idea of the poem, as you can see that we have wrote three main points of the poem. The poet admires the night mail, that it is not an ordinary train, rather than it is the night mail. The night mail brings a variety of letters to the variety of people. It means it doesn't differentiate between the poor, the young, the old, the rich. The mail is open to all. It is disciplined. The night mail is disciplined and it shows responsibility. Also, that what happens when industrialization, it started growing. So therefore, the night mail, it is punctual and it always follows a time schedule. The train is personified as a living being who is just. Like we have discussed in the previous lecture, that there are some literary devices that are used by the author to make its writing more pleasing. The same goes with this poem, that the writer has used personification, and it has given the quality of responsibility, of discipline to a train. But as you know, that these qualities are always concerned with the human. So therefore, we can say that the writer has used personification. Also, he is referring to the night mail as she. Now let us discuss the explanation of each stanza. First stanza, as you can see, it is written before you. The explanation is this, that the poet tells us that the night mail travels from city to city and brings the postal order, letters, and check for people living in different areas. It brings mail for all and sundry. This is an idiom. It means for everyone. Har khaso aam ke liye. It overcomes all kinds of barriers. It is free from personal grudges and biases. It means it delivers to all. It doesn't differentiate between the young, the poor, as we have discussed before. The poet personifies the night mail. It is treated as a punctual, industrious, dutiful, determined person who wants to reach his destination. The poet has given a very vivid description of the night mail. In stanza 2, the poet has described all those places from where the night mail moves. Firstly, it emphasizes the punctuality of the train. The train runs to Beatok and goes to a steady climb, and sometimes it moves steadily on plain, though it faces difficulty to move along a sharp rise. Yet it does not get late. It means no matter what happens, no matter what sort of way it is, the night mail always completes its journey. The poet says that it is asserts or descent, or it is always on time. The train passes by the cotton field, moorland, grassy areas. It throws wide streams of smoke when passes through field. And in this sense, again, the poet personifies the night mail. It is personified and treated as a punctual, industrious person who is doing his job very well. Stanza 3 is that when the night mail moves, it travels along the silent miles of the grassy fields. The blades of the grass bend when it passes. It covers long distance and passes through the field. The poet highlights the response of the birds, that what happens when the night mail comes closer, that they hid themselves in the bush or in the leaves. Why? Because at that time, we can say that the use of machine, it was increasing. So it wasn't familiar with the humans as well as with the animals. So they used to get afraid. The poet again personifies the night mail in this stanza. Stanza number 4. In stanza number 4, the writer is saying that the sheepdogs, they remain unmindful of the passing train. Now, what is it that, because as the industrialization, it grew, it became a part of the lives of the people as well as the animals. So therefore, all those domestic animals that were used to seeing the night mail, that it comes on daily basis, they were not afraid, they were not hesitated, rather than they went on with their own lives. So therefore, the sheepdog is sleeping, even though the night mail is moving. They sleep fast because they know that they cannot change the path or the time of the train. Another thing that this stanza shows the duty that the night mail is extremely disciplined. It comes on times, it goes on times. People are so much used to it that it doesn't disturb them. No one gets in trouble due to train. The movement of the train shakes the jug placed in a bedroom. It does not disturb anyone's sleep. It has become a permanent part of public life in their area. So that was it, class. Today we discussed about the night mail, the importance of it, and I'm sure that you all enjoyed the lesson and understood it very well. Allah Hafiz. Hope we will meet again.